Hey guys, welcome back. If you're here, you are with the one, the only Dior
The
group.
Dior group, man. The Dior group. Hey, man, listen, if you're watching us again, we're grateful, we're thankful. And no matter if you're watching this on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever the case may be, however you stumbled across our page, it's our mission to do one thing and one thing only. Right, just to leave you a little bit better than we found you before. So to add value in any area of life that you may be lacking in, right? Any area that we can help, we want to help you. Any area we can use our gifts to help you, we want to do it. We want to bring the information, knowledge to you because we all understand it starts with knowledge, right? Everything starts with information and knowledge. So we can give you a little piece of information, knowledge to help you in your life, whether it's in your business, your marriage, parenting, whatever it may be. If we give you the information that helps you guide your life, we want to help you. We want to be the light for you if we can.
We want to be the light for you always. But today we're actually going to be listening to an interview on Robert Kiyosaki. For those who do not know who Robert Kiyosaki is, he wrote a big book that a lot of people have read, and it's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. In this video, he's going to talk about what his rich dad taught him and what his poor dad taught him and how it formed his life to the person he is today.
Amen. I think you pretty much said it, it's better than anybody else can say it. Robert Kiyosaki really doesn't need an introduction.
Yeah.
He has Rich Dad, Poor Dad is the, New York Times longest bestseller out, one of the top ones ever. So almost everybody in the world has read this book. If you haven't read this book yet, you're behind. You're late. Go get that book first. Start there first because financial education is super important. It's not about how much money you make. It's about, understanding how money works, right? And understanding how business works and understanding how, debt, taxes, all that stuff works. And that's what Robert Kiyosaki brings to you. And he kind of dumbs it down. Okay. He makes it relatable to where everybody can understand it. And Robert Kiyosaki may be one of my favorite financial education authors, right? There's a lot of people's favorite authors. Just because, again, he came from nothing, humble beginnings. He had two people who taught him two different mindsets. He leaned more towards the rich dad mindset. And now, later in his life, he's worth over $100 million. Thank God he listens to his rich dad instead of his poor dad, right? But yeah, man, Robert Kiyosaki, my guy.
His guy. We're going to go ahead and jump right in so we ain't got to hold you for too much longer.
Well, you look at the...
Wait, you better stop it. He's trying to talk before I'm ready. Let's get it. Here we go.
The most obsolete idea is go to school, get a job, work hard, save money, get out of debt, and invest for the long term in the stock market. See, why would you save money when they're printing trillions of dollars? The gap between the 1% and 99% is massive. You see, it's not just money. You have to step back and look at the bigger picture.
So what do you do?
In every one of us is a poor person. There's still a poor person inside me. There's also a middle class person, and the middle class persons want security. They want that steady paycheck. And there's a rich person. And they're all inside of us except that it's not taught. You're taught to go to school, get a job, and get a paycheck. You're not taught to how to get rich. If you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, my rich dad refused to pay me. He said the paycheck was one of the most damaging things you could take in your life. He says the moment you take a paycheck, you're an employee, and that's the mindset. So my rich dad never paid me. It drove my poor dad, government employee, nuts. You gotta pay people. And Rich Dad was not saying that the paycheck was bad. He says you didn't want to be a slave to money.
I think that's a good stopping point.
Okay.
Right? So what Robert Kiyosaki dad told him is he said he never paid him, right? And I have this similar mindset probably because I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad years ago.
Okay.
And again, once you take that first paycheck, you're now an employee. What he really wanted to say is once you take that first paycheck, you now become a slave. You're now in corporate slavery. They now said, hey man, look, you need this paycheck to have a lifestyle, to have a living, to pay your bills. If you don't have my paycheck, you can't pay your bills. That's how you feel in your head, though. I don't know if it's not true at all because you see how rich people think and say, you know what? I don't need a paycheck, right? I want to learn how to create my own money. And the video started out saying, why would you save money when they're printing trillions and trillions of dollars every day? Right? So it's to me, it's very interesting, how the rich think and how the poor think. Because I grew up poor, right? And the poor teaches you, hey man, look, save your money, right? You know, if you want something nice and you ain't got the money for it, put it on the credit card, you know, or put it on layaway. You know, you really don't need it, but you know, you really, really want it.
Y'all
so
forgot about layaway.
So you should get it, right? And I feel like, hey, I do feel like enjoying your life is important, and going after the things you want is definitely important in life. But I think they're printing trillions and trillions of dollars.
Okay.
So if you want to become rich, you have to learn to print your own money, essentially. You have to learn to make money.
Well, how do you do that?
That's a good question.
I know.
How do you make money?
No. You went into your little rumbo.
All right, listen.
Sounding good, so you gotta tell them. You gotta follow it up. You gotta back that up.
Listen. I think, personally, from my experience, the easiest way to print your own money is by using the word leverage. Right? I think leverage is a very important word. All business owners, big business owners, small or big, they all understand the importance of leverage. Now, some small business owners, self-employed people, never become big businesses because they don't understand leverage. Okay. They don't understand making more by doing less.
Okay.
It's a foreign concept. In their mind, they need to work harder to make more money. Rich people think, I need to work less and make more. How do I make that happen? By leveraging other people's blank, right? Some rich people leverage the bank's money. Some people leverage, other people's time. In our industry, what do? Right?
People's time.
We only have 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
So how many families can I protect in 24 hours by myself?
Not as many as you could do with a team.
Exactly, right? So once I add on 2, 3, 4 more people, now instead of just my 24 hours, I now have their 24 hours as well too. Okay. That's kind of the mindset. So that's how you start printing your own money in terms of, I can be at that house, and I have people going out helping protect families. By a result of that, the insurance carriers pay me directly. Okay. So the more people I go find, there are 330 million people in the world, right? And 50% of the world don't have any life insurance at all, right? So 150 million people in the U.S. have no life insurance at all, like none, zero, right? So the more people I can find to go help protect families, right, I get paid a check for it. And I still use my same 24 hours in a day. So in my mind, that's essentially printing money. You get deposits every single day, right? You printing money, man. Power of printing money.
The power of printing money. Well, I'm going to go to the other side and say, sometimes it's kind of hard to feel that concept when a lot of people, when you're raised to go to corporate America, you're raised to, get a job, provide for your family, do the norm. That's what you're raised to do. So when you try to step out on that, sometimes it's scary. It's like, where am I going to get my money from? And you'll hear a lot of successful people tell you, for years, I didn't have money. Like, they'll tell you, for years, I just didn't have money. And what that means is not I didn't have money to pay my bills. It means that I did not have money to do the luxuries that most people can't sacrifice for. Yeah. And so when you learn, like, okay, I can pay my bills, get thin, create my business, and then become successful. People can't get that concept because they can't sacrifice up front because they're too worried about either what people think or their fear takes over. There's not enough faith. I mean, it's a whole bunch of stuff. And I know I'm rambling right now, but I was going somewhere and then I don't know where I was going.
No, you weren't. I mean, I got what you're saying.
I was going somewhere though.
I think the biggest thing what she just said is people don't understand the importance of waiting. And we're talking to millennials. When I talk, we are millennials, so we're talking to millennials. And I think the biggest problem millennials have is they don't wait long enough, right? They jump in something, they start it. If it doesn't work, after the first 2 months, it's over with. It's done. Yeah. And she just said most successful people, most rich people, they understand, hey, look, if I'm building a business, I don't expect to, take nice vacations or buy, high fashion designer clothes or put my kids in the best schools, initially. I don't plan to. The only thing is this business. If I can grow this business to the point, if I can leverage, other people's resources over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I have a business now that funds my entire lifestyle. Now that money that I have, I can start to do things like invest in other things. I can start building other businesses, helping more people. And again, start printing my own money, man. The power of printing money. Hashtag leverage.
Money. Hashtag leverage. I'll hashtag that.
Leverage, man. You gotta leverage.
Hashtag leverage. It's going across the screen.
If you don't know what leverage is, man, I would tell you guys to start here too. Like, start reading financial, because who cares if you can make a bunch of money, but you don't understand how to keep your money. Okay. Right? That's what financial education authors do, like Robert Kiyosaki. Like, that's what they do. They teach you, hey, man, look, it's not just about making money, because making money, that's just a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper. And again, financial education authors like Robert Kiyosaki, he references people with low financial education and how they can make a bunch of money, but they can lose it all. Over the next 5-10 years, they're broke, right? Like high-paid athletes, like high-paid entertainers, because what they do is they don't have the education. They don't seek the knowledge. So what they do is they pay somebody to manage their money for them. You know what? I don't have time to do it. I'll pay you to do it. And the person that you paying to invest your money, they ain't got no money. So you giving your money to somebody who ain't got no money to manage your money instead of you saying, you know what? Let me sit down and read a book real quick. Like, let me sit down and say, hey, I have a lot of money now. What can I do with this money to, keep growing my wealth? Like, what can I start building, doing, investing in? Seek the information on your own. Knowledge is power, man. It's all in the books. It is written.
It is written. But I want you to know that a lot of successful people say the one thing they didn't do, they did not work for money. And I only say that because if you start to work for money, you're going to start a business. And it may not take off as quick as you may want it to. And Adam will say that you'll quit. I'm not going to say that you'll quit because you may not quit. But what you're going to do is go open another business. And you're going to start that on the side. And now you're going to be doing 2 businesses. And then that's not going to take off in 3 to 6 months. And so now you're like, oh God, now I need to add this on too. And you're throwing on another business. And before you know it, you have all these businesses stagnant on top of each other. And none of them have got started. None of them are even on a pathway to be successful because you didn't know how to just be patient and wait.
I think I'll sum that up by saying it's like trying to drive multiple cars at one time.
Okay.
Right. Let's say you start your first business, right? Boom. We live in Atlanta, so what? 85. You're on 85. You're driving one car.
Yeah.
You know what? After traffic backs up, and you say, you know what? This interstate over here looks pretty good. Let me get another car so I can drive that car, see if it goes faster. So now you're driving 2 cars at one time. You got 2 cars going. Oh, this car going. Oh man, watch out for that. Then guess what? A third car. Now I got 3 cars at one time. It's impossible to drive 3 cars at one time. Like it's impossible to run 3 businesses at one time.
Yeah.
Especially when you're at ground level. Like once you build one thing up, like then feel free to do what you want to do. There was a quote by Warren Buffett, and he said, it's okay to put all your eggs in one basket. Just make sure you watch that basket carefully.
Watch it.
Like watch that basket carefully. Like that's okay. That's how you start off. Like don't start saying, you know what? I want to do this. I got time to do this. I got time to do this. You know what you don't have time to do? Read a book. Like you don't have any time to read a book.
Read a book.
You don't have time to read. You don't have time to get the information you need to explode your business. You don't have time to find other people to help you explode that one business because you got 3 businesses going on. So if you find somebody who's interested in an opportunity, you say, you know what? I got 3 things I can put you in. Which one can you help me the most in? Like come on, man. It's all about leverage.
Somebody coming to you. I'm just going to say, okay, so say if you have 3 businesses. And I want you guys to know, we don't have it 100% together. We still figure out stuff every day too. And I am a true millennial. When I say that, I am the person who is always trying to throw a couple sprinkles on the cake. I just want to keep throwing and I want to keep throwing. And he's like, Amber, stop. But I will tell you when he explains it to me, I understand because I'm like, okay, if somebody comes to me and I have this business, my business baby is the Dior group. And I'm working hard for this business and I'm promoting for this business and I'm trying to get people to believe in the dream that I see and I know that it's real. How can I expect them to trust me when I got 3 other things going on over here? I can't trust what you're telling me that this thing's going to take off because it hasn't took off for you apparently. You got all this other stuff going on.
I mean, I think that sums it up, man. I think it sums it up. And I think the Bible says it plainly too. Like you can't serve multiple masters. Like you got to pick one.
Yeah.
You got to pick one.
That was a good one.
Like you can't serve 3, 4, 5 businesses. You can't, it's hard, man.
Yeah. That's
like having like triplets. Like people can do it, but I tell you, the parents who have newborn triplets, I'm pretty sure it's pretty tough.
I pray for y'all.
Like if you got triplets, you watch this video, prayers up for you. Because we have like 1 at a time. We have 2 kids in those infant stages. Like our daughter's 1 now, and she's everywhere. Imagine having 3 1-year-olds running at the same exact time. Now we're running the daycare.
So as an entrepreneur, if Rich Dad folded, I just start another company. I don't need a paycheck. I don't need anybody to take care of me. If my government doesn't like me, I move to another country because they need entrepreneurs there. So the entrepreneur is not so much the business. The entrepreneur is really the mindset and the skill sets and the different set of rules. You see, small business does not operate in the same rules as big business. Entrepreneur is a mindset first, a skill set, and rules. And depending upon whether you're an employee or a small business, the roles are different. The mindsets are different. The skill sets are different.
If you could say one thing to somebody who's never been an entrepreneur and they're thinking about making the leap of faith into becoming an entrepreneur, what could you tell them?
Well, I'll just tell them the same thing that happened to me. You know, my last paycheck, I still remember it clearly. It was one of the worst and the best days of my life. And I was in Puerto Rico. I was working for Xerox, and my boss gave me my last, it wasn't a paycheck, it was a bonus check. I think it was about $30,000, taxable. It's the only problem with that. So I got this check and I went, holy mackerel. You know what I mean? So I was excited, but I was also disturbed. And so this other guy comes up to me, his name was John, and John says to me, he says, you're gonna be back. I said, why? He says, because you're gonna fail. I looked at him and said, look, few expletive words, because that's what he did. He left Xerox, failed, and he came back. And I said, look, you failed and you came back, but I'm gonna fail and I'm never coming back. And that's the attitude. Do you know what I mean? If you say, well, if I fail, I'll go back to mommy and daddy, then that's what you'll do. So if you fail, that's when I became an entrepreneur, because I had no money. I had no money for years. You know, I didn't have a paycheck. But that's what my rich dad encouraged me to do. He says, when you don't have this paycheck, you get hungrier, smarter, and it's a test of your character. Will you become a crook? Will you become dishonest? Will you cheat and steal? Or will you become a better human being? So really, that's the benefit of becoming an entrepreneur, is you really find out who you are when you don't have anything.
Let's stop it. Pause. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. And here's the thing for me. I just love, and I guess it's all about the type of person that you are. Okay. Like, I love the entrepreneur mindset. I love the entrepreneurial spirit. I love people who say, like, there is no plan B for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I just got a $30,000 paycheck from my job, right? And somebody comes to me and says, you'll be back. Mm-hmm. And he's saying pretty much, bleep you. Like, middle finger to you, man. Middle finger to you. I ain't coming back. Right? And that's how I felt. And that's how I felt when I, left corporate America, and they say, Adam, what are you going to do? You going to do that insurance thing? I said, yeah, I got insurance, I got real estate, but I know one thing is for sure. Yeah. Like, I'm not coming back. Like, I left my job with an 8-hour notice. I didn't give them a 2 weeks notice. Right? I knew when I was quitting. Right? I knew 60 days before when I was quitting. When I went in that store, I said, hey, man, look, pull my manager in. Hey, bro, look, man, thank you for everything you've done, but this is my last day. Yeah. They like, it's holiday season. You going to leave right now? I got to go, bro. Well, but your biggest check during holiday season, bro. I gotta go, bro. Like, I gotta go now. Like, today, I can't wait. It's more than the money. It's more than the paycheck, because I was so comfortable getting a steady paycheck. Like, that steady paycheck, I wrote that paycheck for 5 years. Yeah. I wrote that paycheck for 5 years because I was that comfortable with that paycheck, and that was my security blanket, right? I'm a little security blanket until that blanket wasn't that secure anymore. Until I seen my debt still rising up, and I'm not making enough money to pay my bills, so I know, hey, I gotta go. But some people stay in too long. But some people realize, entrepreneurs, visionaries realize, it's time for me to get on. So I love the entrepreneur mindset. Robert Kiyosaki said it best, man. Like, look, man, when you have nothing, like, I'm still going to figure it out. I don't care. Like, I lose all my money. I don't care. I'm not going back home to mommy and daddy. Yeah. Like, I'm not going back to mommy and daddy. I just, I'm grown now. I can't, go back home to mommy and daddy, which is mommy and daddy is corporate America. I can't go back home because corporate America is so safe. And they'll say, we'll give you a good job. We'll give you some benefits. Right? When you get sick, you'll have some benefits. We'll pay for all your benefits.
What happens if you don't get sick, though?
I don't know.
I'm staying there.
We'll give you 2 weeks of vacation time. Like, we'll make sure, like, you get time with your family. So you only give me 2 weeks of my family out the whole year? Yeah. I get 2 weeks. Out of 52 weeks, you're going to be 2.
That's slavery. That is slavery.
It's modern day slavery. It's modern day slavery. And they say a slave is a worker with no vision. There's some people trapped in corporate America right now. They just don't have a vision. They don't know anything else. They haven't, they haven't been exposed to anything, different, or they haven't been open to the exposure. Not saying they haven't been exposed to it. Mm-hmm. They're just not open-minded enough. And Robert Kiyosaki talks about mindset, right? It's all about the mindset of the entrepreneur, how they think, right? And what transforms your thinking by the information that you take in, by the books you read, by the videos you listen to, by other successful people. Like, don't sit around at the water cooler talking to people who are all in debt and all financing cars they can't afford. Yeah. Right? You bringing in the wrong information. That is not what you want to listen to. Hey, stop. Get away from the water cooler. Go in the bathroom. Hey, listen, get away from those people.
Yeah.
And start listening to people whose net worth is, $100 million. If that's your goal. Some people's goal ain't to have all that money. They don't know what to do with all that money. But guess what? God give it to me. I'll make it work.
I mean, a lot of people want $100 million. So let's not be stupid. Like, I don't know. I don't know anybody that you'll ask that you'll say, do you want $100 million? And they're gonna say, oh no, skip on past me, go on down a bill down the street. I just don't know who would do that. And I do know that Adam did have his security blanket, and he did leave so abruptly, like no notice. But the problem with this was Adam was counting on wifey not really, but wifey had a job. As soon as he quit, wifey said, well, I ain't about to go to work if you ain't going to work, because this ain't fair. Yeah. So he was like, you said you was going to hold it down. We was going to figure it out. And I'm like, yeah, I know what I said, but I'm about to take a leave from work because I had a situation come up. Took a leave from work and never went back. Never went back. I went back. I lied. I went back for 2 weeks to get my check that I was owed from my leave. And as soon as they paid me, I ain't go back the next day.
She had to get a security blanket.
I had to get my security, but I wanted my security blanket.
What'd you do with that blanket?
They didn't really give me much of my blanket, actually. I was waiting for this money, y'all, and they did not give me what they owed me. And I was like, darn, I should have went back.
So I quit my job under the pretense that she's going to keep her job. But I quit my job, and I said, hey, look, give me a couple months. We're going to figure it out, get going. And she's like, okay. I don't want to work either.
I said okay at first.
She said okay at first. Then she's like, I don't want to work either. But then again, what type of, man would I be if I say, man, I'm going to chase my dreams, but I'm going to pause your dream, put your dreams on pause. Now, some people say that's responsible. Yeah. We had a kid, that's responsible, right? But some people say, you know what? Like, we can't let, our safety and security determine the rest of our lives, right? Just because, just so I can be successful, like she can be successful doing something in her God-given talent. But what if we merge those gifts together?
We create a baby.
What happens when you put two like-minded things together, man? Opposite sex, they produce a result. It's usually a good baby. But in our mind, like what we produced it's the Dior group. That's what we brought together. Like we're just now finally starting to operate, in our gifts at the same time in the same business. All our eggs are in one basket, and we're watching it very, very carefully. Like, we're watching it very, very carefully, and because it's that important. And this is the opportunity that is going to change our lives. It already has, and I don't want to. We talk about this all the time, so I don't want to beat you across the head with it. But
we ain't gonna beat you across the head, but I'll tell you, security isn't much as security. I'm just gonna tell you, a job can promise you so much stuff. They'll promise you the benefits. They'll promise you the vacations. They'll promise you the 9-to-5 schedule until you get into there, and then now you notice yourself working till 5:30 or 6 o'clock every day. And then you notice yourself requesting off for certain dates and not getting those dates off. And then it's just little stuff that starts adding up, and you're like, this job that seems so perfect is not that perfect. So it's kind of like, would I rather sacrifice the money or would I rather sacrifice the time? And for us, money wasn't that big of a deal. We said, we'll figure it out another way. And I can tell you, it wasn't always easy. There was days from entrepreneurship that, guys, it was hard. I can't even lie to y'all. It was literally days about 2.5 years ago that sometimes we just didn't know where our meal was coming from. But our son always ate. Our son always ate, and for us, that was fine. And we was like, you know what? This dream is only going to push us and drive us to get us to where we are. And now, like, our kids are homeschooled. We're with them every day. They eat all day, every day, plenty. Like, they have everything that they need plus more. And it's great to see the dream come to fruition after taking that big old leap of faith.
And it's crazy, man. And it's crazy. She said, come to fruition now. But we still have a long ways to go. The road to success is a long, rough, and rugged journey, right? It's a long, rough, and rugged journey. Shout out to Cap Alpha Psi. I got my Cap Alpha Psi hat on, man. And the reason I said that is because of that long journey. They taught us that process. Like, throughout the process, it's not going to be easy, right? Becoming a Kappa man. But it's going to be worth it. And it's a long, rough, and rugged journey. That's life. That's business. Right? That's business. Like, they taught me a business principle when I first got in college, right? I didn't know I was going to use it to this day, but that's it. Like, the road to success is long, rough, and rugged. It takes a hell of a man to make it on through. So if you ain't man enough, get the stuff out the way, man. Let somebody else through. Shout out to my dog, them Noops. A Noop knows a Noop. No need to explain.
Oh, whatever.
Come on, man.
So guys, we really wanted to bring this information to you again, because like we tell you, some of these videos you will never see if we do not bring it to you in front of you. And that's what we're here for, because until today, we haven't seen that video either. And actually, by watching this video, we found another video. It was a Jay-Z video.
And Will Smith.
And I'm going to tell you, that video was so influential because it just shows, like, you can be yourself. You can talk how you want to talk. You can wear your hair how you want to wear your hair. You can wear your clothes you want to wear. You can be black, white, green, purple, all colors. You can be straight. You can be lesbian. You can be anything. And in this world today, as an entrepreneur, you can make it, and it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
We've grown as a country. We've grown, and I'm glad to see the road to success, and where we're gonna end up in a couple more years. I'm excited. I'm excited that y'all are on this journey with us. But if you've watched this video and you liked it, or if you didn't like it but you still watching it right now, I mean, you must have liked something about it.
Yeah.
What should they do?
Hey man, look, if you watched our video like she said, and you liked it, if you're on YouTube, give it the thumbs up, right? If you're watching it, came across it on Facebook, give it the red heart, show us some love. And if you're on IG, make sure you double tap, hit that double tap, make sure you love it. And again, we're just here to help you guys in any way that we can. If you're looking for an opportunity, you make sure you DM us directly. Make sure you comment. But the most important thing, that you can do is be a blessing to someone else. So share the video. Right, share the video to other people who may need to hear this message, who may need to understand, hey, look, being an entrepreneur ain't gonna be easy. Like, send it to somebody who's thinking about quitting their job. Like, man, I want to do something different. I've been watching these videos on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, and I've been seeing everybody else do it. I want to fly. Yeah. I want to jump off the cliff now. If that's you, like, guys, please take this video and share it to somebody else. If you thought it was impactful, they probably think it's super impactful, and it may literally change their lives forever. Yeah. Literally, it did for me. Right? I watched a video on YouTube and it changed my life forever. Again, man, so show love. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate you. We respect you. We love you. And again, that's all for us, man. We'll see you guys again another time at the Dior Group. Peace out, man.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back soon.